Every mother is making it up as she goes. No matter how many books you read, podcasts you listen to, or parenting experts you follow, nothing fully prepares you for motherhood because no one really teaches you how to be a mom. All of us are just figuring it out moment by moment. And oddly enough, that's exactly how God intended for it to be. If you're new here, my name is Julie, and I help Christian wives who feel worn out in the homemaking, motherhood, or even marriages to become joyful, free, and whole again, even if your circumstances don't change. If you need this encouragement, I'd love for you to press that like and subscribe button to join this community. I'll never forget hearing my son's voice for the first time. I hadn't seen him yet, but that soft cry reached deep into my heart, stirring a wave of emotions that filled my eyes with tears. Motherhood is a profound journey, one that redefined love, responsibility, and resilience in ways we could never have imagined. I believe all mothers have a desire to be the best mom. We picture ourselves giving our children the perfect childhood, full of love and happy memories. We envision ourselves as nurturing, patient, and effortlessly guiding our little ones through life. Yet, as the days turns into months, the reality of motherhood unveils itself. It's difficult. The overwhelm of being this little person's everything. There's no pause button to catch our breath, no off switch to steal a moment of quiet. Our children's needs are constant, tears to wipe, questions to answer, and tiny hands to hold through every milestone and misstep. It's a role that fills us with purpose, but also, at times, overwhelms us with its intensity. Yet, in the absence of a roadmap, we find our way. We learn to trust our instinct, to lean on love when logic alone isn't enough. We piece together wisdom from our own experiences, from our own mistakes, from the advice of those who've walked this path before us, and from the quiet moments when our children's laughter reminds us that we're doing better than we think. I remember walking through a season where my son was struggling with night terrors. Every night I was up, holding him, calming him, praying over him, while trying to hold the rest of my life together during the day. I was exhausted, emotionally drained, and started to feel overwhelmed. I eventually one day just broke down in tears, and that's when I realized something needed to change. And that journey led me to create a free webinar for other moms who feel like they're barely holding on. In it, I share graceful tools that help me regulate my nervous system, take back my peace, and let go of burdens I have unknowingly placed upon myself. If you're in a hard season too, I'd love to invite you to join my free webinar. I linked it in the description down below. But beyond the tools and practical help, what truly sustained me through the season was leaning on God. I believe that the only true teacher for motherhood is God. He's the one who knows your kids better than anyone, even you, and He's the one who can guide you to be the best mom for them. Not the perfect mom, the best mom, because perfection doesn't exist in this world. We need to let go of the pressure to be flawless and embrace the idea that being the best mom means showing up with love, even when it's messy, even in chaos. I remember something someone said in our life group one day that really stayed with me. She said, "I wouldn't be the person I am today if it weren't for my parents' mistakes." God can take any situation, every misstep, every moment we wish we could do over, and turn it into something good. He weaves our imperfections into a bigger story of growth. It's like what we tell our kids. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, because that's how you learn. The same truth applies to us as moms. We're learning, we're growing, we'll stumble and mess up sometimes, but that doesn't mean we're failing. If you hold on to God, if you stay in prayer, keep your heart open and ask Him daily to guide you, I believe you'll still make mistakes, but you won't break your child because God's grace covers what we miss. If I could share one piece of advice with any mom, it's this. How you raise your kids is a personal journey that you and your husband get to shape together. My husband and I spent hours talking about how we'd parent long before we even had kids. In fact, we had those conversations during a time when we thought we'd never be parents. As I shared in another video, God blessed us with a child when doctors said it's impossible to have one. I linked the video if you want to watch my testimony. Before our son came along, we watched how other parents raised their kids, noticing what worked and what didn't. We'd see a parent handle a tantrum with patience and think that's something we'd want to do. Or we'd see a rule that felt too strict and agree it wasn't for us. From those observations, we started creating our own approach. We talked about the values we want to instill and the rules we'd set to guide our kids. We filtered through parenting styles and created a parenting style that felt right to us. I truly believe that a strong partnership between a husband and a wife is the foundation for raising emotionally healthy kids. So, my advice, look at what other parents do. Watch how they teach their kids, how they handle challenges, and how they show love. If something resonates with you, find a way to make it your own. Build your own value system with your husband, one that reflects who you are and what you want for your family. Another thing I want to mention is never hesitate to ask for advice. Motherhood is wild, but it's a beautiful journey and no one has all the answers. I'm constantly reaching out to other moms with random questions about how they handle certain things. It's not always because I'm struggling. Sometimes I just want to hear different perspectives to see if there's something new I can learn. Every mom has her own way of doing things, and those conversations are like little nuggets of wisdom that help me grow as a parent. So I encourage you to do the same. Ask questions, listen to what other parents have figured out, and take what resonates with you. Then sit down with your husband and talk over it. Decide together what feels right for your family and weave those ideas into your parenting approach. Those small moments of learning from others can make a big difference in your journey as a mom. I also want to remind you that neither you nor your husband will be perfect parents. You're going to notice flaws in him, just like he'll see them in you. When those moments come up, you have basically two choices. You can approach your husband with kindness and respect, having an honest conversation about what's on your mind, or you can take it to God in prayer, asking Him to guide your husband's actions if they're not aligned with what you think is best. Because here's the thing, sometimes we think we're right, but God might see it differently. Prayer isn't just about asking for change in someone else. It's about being open to God, showing where you might need to grow. Because God has this way of gently pointing out our own shortcomings before shifting our focus to others. So keep your heart open, lean on God's wisdom, and trust that He's guiding both you and your husband as you navigate this parenting journey together. Because at the end, we are all kind of just winging it. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things about motherhood. Again, if you're in a season where you feel overwhelmed in motherhood, I would love to invite you to my free webinar that will help you to slow down, breathe, and release some of the weight you've been carrying. You can find the link in the description down below. Thank you for watching the video. If you haven't, please press that like and subscribe button to join this community and share this with another wife who might need this encouragement today. I hope you have a blessed day.